Our southern border really has become, if it wasn't so seriously bad, it's the laughing stock of the world as far as being able to cross into a country. Everywhere else you go, you gotta go do it the right way. You can't just, I'm gonna come live here. Oh, what? No, we have rules, and you know what? We have rules here too, but we don't seem to follow them when the Democrats are in charge. And now, check this out for real. You can't make this stuff up. Smugglers are telling illegals crossing into the New Mexico border to use Uber and Lyfts, and the local cops can't do jack about it. Joining us now to talk a bit more about this is an attorney who deals with the U.S. federal district courts and the big picture a lot of times. Naim Hakim Sasha. Naim, welcome in. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So what in the world is happening here? I mean, police on this side of our border do something about this when they know it's smugglers, they know they're illegals, and they're just using Uber and Lyft like it's an everyday thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of a cause for alarm. In New Mexico, Sunland Park, local officers talked to Fox News, I think, beginning of this month, saying that what they are seeing is illegals are crossing, and sometimes they are being told by the smugglers to use Lyft and Uber for ride sharing. Now, they are saying that we cannot do much because unless we see a breaking of law, we don't have a probable cause to stop them. They do understand that they have to keep an eye on it, and they have to basically see if they can spot a broken light or more people riding than allowed, and that will give them a reason to stop them and basically enforce the law. So essentially what they are saying is unless we are deputized by the immigration to act as immigration officers under the local laws, they really cannot stop them unless they see a reason to stop and, give them a probable cause, which is obviously kind of a cause for alarm.
Naim, how about this? They know they're illegals. They just crossed the border. Is that not breaking the law?
Well, it is. It depends on what law they are breaking. But just by looking at somebody, you cannot just say that they don't pass the sight test and we should stop them. So as I said, if they see somebody crossing the border, then obviously that's a different story. But if somebody's already inside the country and they're just hailing a ride share, then it becomes kind of complicated for them unless, as I said, they are deputized as immigration officers. And that deputization depends on what is the arrangement between the local law enforcement and U.S. Border Patrol.
So we're basically getting beat by our own technicalities in that we can't profile somebody, even though they clearly know, taking a look, this guy and his family or whoever, they've crossed the border here. They're like, 20 feet from the border, and here comes Uber. So what are they doing? Calling Uber from the other side of the fence and saying, I'll be across here in about 20 minutes. Pick me up here by the immigration stand. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, see, that is something which has to be looked at because apparently the smugglers on this side of the border obviously have access to Uber and Lyft, and they are booking these ride shares for them. So there are two folds to it. One is to basically get involved with Uber and Lyft and similar ride-sharing companies to let them know that this is something which they are being utilized for and they need to cooperate with the law enforcement. And secondly, whoever is calling these ride shares for them, those are the people who are essentially should be focused on in terms of investigation. And that will give us a clue as to what needs to be done and who is behind this, orchestrating this. So it's not like they cannot do anything. It's just that on the road itself, unless there is a reasonable reason or probable cause to stop somebody, the Fourth Amendment stops them.
I got to tell you, this is ridiculous. Where is the common sense in all of this? Our forefathers, when they wrote the Fourth Amendment, if they saw this scenario at our border with the illegals coming across and the smugglers using Lyft and Uber to get them rides, there would be a clause on that. I mean, this has got to go back to the legislature, allowing them to, take the means to get this done. And, of course, under a democratic responsibility of this administration's, enforcement agents there in our Border Patrol, they've told them all to stand down, stop construction of the wall. So this is being allowed by, once again, the Biden administration to bring these criminals into this country. It's so stupid and ridiculous, and it's outrageous, really. But you know what? We created this law, so who are we to judge? I can't profile. So yeah, here, let me get the door for you. Thanks. Enjoy your Uber ride. It's outrageous. Well, thank you so much, Naim, for being with me. I appreciate you.